miscarriage, et cetera. But I'd love for you to speak a little bit about this. And I know many of you in this room have shared with me over the last couple of days that one of the reasons the way you found your way into the beauty counter community is through challenges with fertility. So I'd love for you to speak about this a little bit for us.
Thank you, Greg. I'm so excited to be here and to meet Leo in person and you. And yes, you are right. There's definitely data that shows that highest levels of endocrine disruptors do lead to a higher risk of miscarriage. And my first introduction to really endocrine disruptors impacting our health was from learning about its impact on miscarriage. This is not something that we are taught in medical school. Leo and I were just talking about that before we came up here. And still to this day, it's not something that's really emphasized in teaching and learning. And one of the first, exposures was during my fellowship at Stanford. In about 2003, 2004, one of my mentors and lifelong teachers, Dr. Lati, did an elegant, easy, beautiful study at our recurrent pregnancy loss center, just showing that high levels of BPA in the first blood test, or the positive pregnancy in our center, was associated with a higher risk of miscarriage. And paying attention to that, learning to that, okay, that's great, but I didn't really take it into my practice. And then I met you in Seattle, learned a lot about what Beauty Counter was doing. Okay, universe, I'm listening. Then researching and trying to help my patients answer that question. Like, what can I do to decrease my risk of miscarriage? What can I do to improve my fertility? I did a lot of deep dive and research into this and writing my own books on miscarriage. And it's tough. It's a dark place to go. When you first wake up to this, it is overwhelming. But the evidence is definitely there. You mentioned 500 studies. I think there's thousands of studies, because it depends on if you're looking at animal studies or human studies. But the data is definitely there. BPA, phthalates, parabens, PFAS, other high levels of endocrine disruptors absolutely increase the risk of miscarriage. Now, take a deep breath, because your exposure did not cause your personal miscarriage. Probably 1 in 4 people in here has had a miscarriage. And I know that coming from a fertility doctor, a recurrent miscarriage specialist, my words are very powerful. Miscarriage is multifactorial. There's many different reasons. It's one thing that we can impact and control and learn and study more, and we have to pay attention.